It is August 14th, 2023, and this is the latest news update for Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC Born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC Born Rob, Erasing Borders. I'm DC Rob. This channel is dedicated to travel, number one, internationally, hopefully, and for expats who live in Medellin, Colombia, and that would like to see the news in English without having to translate it on their own, and for short-term visitors to Medellin or anywhere in Colombia and want to know what's going on in the news before, during, and after they return. I have about, 6 or 7 quick stories that I'm going to run through. Let's jump into them now. Okay, my first one is an update on the visitor that lost his life over the weekend, Saturday morning after being drugged. Okay, he was a 43-year-old stylist named Richard Jose Pacheco. He was originally from Venezuela and residing in Miami. He visited Medellin with friends for leisure. They stayed in an Airbnb in the Conquistadores neighborhood and explored the city. They met 2 women, possibly a couple, at a Provenza LGBTQ plus establishment and spent the night with them. They then moved to another LGBTQ plus spot called Barbacoas. Pacheco's behavior became increasingly disoriented, leading his friends to suspect foul play due to his missing belongings, including a watch, wallet, and cell phone. Some items were reappeared after confrontation with the women, but Pacheco was found deceased the next morning. The hypothesis is that he was drugged, possibly in his drink. His friends reported his death due to the authorities, while investigations continued. The women involved fled, leaving no trace, and previous cases of foreign tourists dying under similar circumstances have been reported in the city, and we all are aware of those. Okay, my next one has to do with Ecuador, in a slight way, Colombia. If you didn't see the news, there was an assassination of a candidate for president in Ecuador. An Ecuadorian presidential candidate, Fernando Villavicencio, was assassinated during a campaign event in the capital city of Quito, prompting President Guillermo Lasso to request FBI assistance. Villavicencio was shot while leaving a rally, with 9 others injured, including a candidate for the National Assembly and 2 police officers. Lasso declared a state of emergency, mobilized armed forces, and initiated a 3-day national mourning. The attack was linked to organized crime, and the suspected shooter died in the police custody while 6 Colombian nationals were arrested. Villavicencio have been an outspoken critic of corruption and drug trafficking, referring to Ecuador as a narco state. Despite the incident, Ecuador's presidential election is scheduled to proceed on August 20th of this year. Okay, let me take a quick second and say thanks. Thanks to everybody who has supported this channel. I give a shout out to everybody as best I can, for those who have donated financially and for those who give me positive comments in the comment section. It is much appreciated. I need that to continue on. So thank you guys so much. Okay, my next story is from Barranquilla. In Barranquilla, a 29-year-old woman lost her life August 6th after jumping from a moving taxi on July 26th. She had attempted to evade paying the fare due to the high cost while traveling through the Alameda del Rio sector. The driver refused to let her out or adjust the fare, prompting her to jump from the moving taxi, resulting in severe head injuries. The driver placed her back in the taxi and took her to the assistance center, where she remained hospitalized for 11 days before passing away. Authorities have initiated an investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding her death. That's unfortunate, revolving another taxi, of course. We don't know what happened, really. Manrique is still having some issues. I still recommend you don't go through the Manrique neighborhood. So if you've met some chick and she says, meet me in Manrique, now's not the time. Okay. What a shooting. There's a report of 1 dead and 3 injured by a shooting in Manrique. Okay. The authorities are at the scene collecting technical evidence. Around 6 p.m. this Friday, August 11th, a technical investigation corps carried out a technical inspection of the corpse of a person who died in the middle of a shootout, as well as transporting 2 others who were injured. I do have video, just so you know, but I'm not showing it. At least one woman was shot, and it's shown on camera via security camera, but I'm not showing it here. The shooting would have occurred in the Manrique neighborhood, San Blas. However, the reasons that it started or is responsible are unknown. The people are apparently injured by stray bullets from an alleged confrontation. So far, the identity of the affected as well as the deceased person is unknown. Okay, this just in, starting from October 1st, 2023, Brazil will reintroduce visa requirements for American travelers, implementing a digital visa system named Vista de Visita. The change comes due to Brazil's reinstatement reciprocity policy affecting U.S. citizens, Canadians, and Australians. Unlike previous reports, American travelers won't need a traditional stamped visa, but can apply for the digital visa online. This digital visa allows stays of up to 90 days for tourism or business purposes and can be obtained entirely online without the consulate visits or interviews. The process involves submitting required documents, a return or outbound ticket, and paying a visa fee, which may be up to around $160. The digital visas could be valid for up to 10 years, mirroring Brazilian tourism visas for Americans. The new regulation doesn't impact travelers until October 1st, with those traveling to Brazil before them still being exempt from the requirement. Other nationalities are not affected by the change. So reciprocity, we're making them do it. They're making us do it. Okay. For today, August 14, 2023, Cartagena is observing a motorcycle-free day as part of the traffic restrictions. Mayor William Dow Shamat's Decree 0495 from April 5th, 2023 made adjustments to the motorcycle-free day regulations outlined in Decree 0306 on February 24th. The restrictions apply to all types of motorcycle vehicles, including ATVs, trikes, motorcycles, and assisted pedaling bicycles within the district. Exceptions for the motorcycle-free day include motorcycles driven by their owner, verified by displaying the traffic license, and the motorcycles registered in the designated registry that are marked as approved and driven without a companion. You know why they're doing this. They don't want 2 people on a motorcycle and somebody hopping off the back. It's that bad. On the last Monday of each month, the restrictions do not apply to motorcycles driven by their owner without a companion and to motorcycles registered in the specific registry marked as approved by driven without a companion, as characterized by the Ministry of Interior for the district. Okay, for this next story, I have a little bit of video. This I call bad guy karma. Okay, remember, karma is real, guys. If somebody does you wrong, things will come back to them, but you don't have to be responsible for it. Remember, if somebody slap you, you don't have to slap them back. Something will come back to them in another way. Well, in this case, it actually came back on them right away. If you're squeamish at all, and that's why I have to make sure I'm sneaking this one in without it getting flagged in the video. But anyway, this is just going to be a quick one of someone who wanted somebody else's motorcycle, but it didn't go his way. Let's jump into it. Okay, so here we go. You see the one hops off the back of the bike. That's why they're not allowing this to go on in Cartagena. Guy takes his time getting off, but not willing to give it up. So hopefully it just hit him in the backpack and he fell off. We don't know. So there you go. Bad guy karma. Okay, this next one has to do with the young lady who was held in Dubai. Let's jump into this story. Houston woman Tiara Young Allen, known as the Sassy Trucker, has returned home after being detained in Dubai for several months. She was initially detained in April following an altercation with a rental car agent. Let's right quick, this detention, like she's being held. I don't think she was physically being held. They held her passport, which meant that she had to stay somewhere. I don't think she was slumming over there. Not too many places are slumming unless you're an employee. But the charges against her were dropped. and her travel ban was lifted, allowing her to return home to the United States. She expressed gratitude to the nonprofit organization detained in Dubai, Senator Ted Cruz's office, and Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee for their assistance. Allen received her passport, flew back to the United States, and arrived in Houston after a quick layover in Florida. The details of her detention and release remain undisclosed, but her return marks the end of a challenging period of separation from loved ones. Her case highlights the importance of consular assistance and collaboration between nonprofit organizations and government officials in helping individuals facing legal challenges abroad. Now, I agree with that last sentence, but also you need to know where you're going. You need to respect the host country that you are visiting. You are a visitor. You need to play by their laws and their rules, just as if people come here. The exact same thing. Follow the rules. I'm leaving with this last short story on the lighter side, of course. This has to do with empanadas. And this place, by the way, I love these empanadas. If you remember my last video walking through Parque Yeres, we had them. This is the one where I actually dropped my hot one. These things are hot, but they're good. And they're from El Machetico. If you haven't been there, you got to stop by. I'm sure there are others in town, but I've had all of them. I mean, I've had quite a few over the city. El Machetico takes the cake. Can you eat 30 empanadas in 8 minutes? This is the challenge to win. A renowned commercial establishment in Medellin has the challenge of eating 30 empanadas in 8 minutes to win 250 mil pesos. In case of not meeting the challenge, you must pay 100 mil pesos. It is the traditional fried food stand El Machetico, where in some of its venues, they will have this contest for a limited time. The contest consists of eating 30 empanadas together with a companion in less than 8 minutes. If they meet the challenge, they will win 250,000 in products from this store. Oh, so you're not even winning the money, you're winning the products. While if they lose, they will have to pay 100 mil. So that's probably what it costs. The headquarters of the La Setenta Tranvia Plaza and the municipalities of Envigado and Sabaneta will be in the challenge. To participate, it is only necessary to reserve the space on the Instagram account Mona Lisa at Mona Lisa Enterprises. So there you go. It said 2 people to eat 30. Now, they're not that big. They're on the medium size. They come out smoking hot. Still, to eat 15 of those in 8 minutes, I don't see it. But good luck to you. At least it's not the other one. It is actually an empanada, so it's actually good. Anyway, so you're up to date with breaking news from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Mori. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know that you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.